It's interesting because I feel like a lot of the times, like, we hear people say like anything for the shot, which I mean is a terrible mindset to begin with. I think we've all learned better than that now. But when people say that, they think more of like, oh yeah, I'll hang out this car window. They don't think about in terms of like the subject matter, which seems to be something that you've dealt with a lot, whether it be king crab fishing or late term abortion or the Oxycontin epidemic or anything like that. So it's like, what draws you to these stories?
That's a great question. I feel like that's like
it's
my psychology.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's a great question. I mean, I have a total fascination with just seeing what's in the guts, just sort of like getting to the heart of something quickly and trying to understand it from the inside, and then work my way out. And I think, Oxyana is a great example. It's a film that Sean Dunn directed, that we did down in West Virginia in a town called Oxyana, which is a mining town that has been definitely forgotten, in the hills and hollers of West Virginia. And there's an opioid pandemic down there. And I can't remember how we found out about the town, but it's sort of just like a perfect example of what was happening in the country, about how these towns were just being ravaged by opiate addiction. And it was a lot of times like not their fault. Like, it was prescribed as treatment for injuries that happened in mining, and people would get addicted, and there wasn't a lot of facility down there to deal with it. And then they're just sort of swept under the rug and forgotten about. And we went down there with a really small crew and just lived down there and made this portrait film about what was happening. It wasn't, it didn't interview Big Pharma. It wasn't about that. It was just about the people and what they were going through. And it was gnarly, but I'm super proud of just being able to show up and show it in a very, objective way, and just say, this is what's happening. And those people gave us so much of their time and their lives with so much trust. And it just felt like our responsibility to just, film it as is and show it and show what it really was.
What does it take to not intervene in a place like that?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard, especially with there's a lot of kids.
Because you don't get
around.
to, like, when you leave, you're still there.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard, and you definitely take it home with you. And, there's another one where it was pretty dangerous, I mean, not just that people are not always in their right minds, and you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no cell phone service, and you're kind of like, I could just drop off the planet. No one would really know. But on top of that, it's like there are people, I think for the most part, everyone was okay with us, but there's definitely people who were very proud of their their town, and they did not want us to mess with that, and so you have to be really conscious of that. But it's hard not to intervene, especially when you see like kids running around and their parents are, they're going through like a drug thing, and you're just like, well, I'm just here to be fly on the wall. And obviously if something were to get to the point, we would have done something, and we're human beings. But like, it's definitely it's tricky.
Yeah. Do you, as you're doing these jobs, do you also like watch dailies and stuff of what you're doing, or do you rely on the director to kind of help you facilitate what's next in the story? Because if it's taking that many years or that many months, like, you're probably doing stuff in between, so you need some sort of reminder of where you are. It's like, how does that kind of work on a documentary for you?
Yeah, it's funny. I don't watch dailies on docs. I sort of know that we've got it. It's all kind of like there somewhere. But in the case of Oxyana, and I think after Tiller too, and a lot of them, like, there was time in between, and they would have put some stuff in the edit and see what they need and see how it's going, and then we can sort of be informed that way. But I don't really watch dailies. I feel like I'd rather kind of just remember as it was and use that instinct, and then have fresh eyes next time we do it. I do that. Even, it's funny, like with narrative stuff, I'll look at stills, but I try not to just like dive back into the dailies and like agonize over what happened or what didn't happen. It's better just for me to just move forward and kind of know that we got to get what we got to get. And,
Yeah. Is it because you don't want to maybe have the sort of feeling of like, maybe we should reshoot that? You just kind of want to know you got it and walk away from it?
Yeah, unless there's a problem or something we have to match, or, yeah. But And also with docs, it's like the dailies thing isn't really always possible. You just throw it on a drive and it's gone.
Over.
Yeah.
Also, do you want to like relive that right then?
No.
You just did it one time.
Yeah.
You're probably decompressing a lot afterward.
Like, how do you keep going when it gets so depressing?
Yeah.
And you're just home or you're in your hotel, and then you have to wake up and do it again.
That's
like,
a great question.
Yeah, how do you do that? Because I turned to alcohol.
Yeah, I was gonna say beers are nice.
I hope you weren't sampling the Oxy. Like, that's the.
No. Luckily, that never happened. But no, beers help at the end of the day. I also think like, in the case of the West Virginia film, like we were all down there, a really small crew. We're all really close friends. Like we kind of could rely on each other and hang out afterwards, and kind of like that felt good just to like connect and
like talk it out. Just,
and sort of laugh about the things you can laugh about, and and I think like that's to me as important. It's just like that bond, that like crew bond is everything. That family, and that collaboration. It's like we're all in it together. We're making this. We're all going through it together, and it's such a gift to be able to have that camaraderie. And I think if I didn't have that, like after Tiller was harder because it was just me from the technical side, and like I think it's so much easier when you're just able to go through it with the team.